Congratulations, you passed your real estate test. Now what? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Today I want to get into how to pick a brokerage, some questions they might ask you, and some questions that you should be asking them when you go on your interviews and set up the appointments. Picking the right broker is very, very important. But before we begin, I just want to say thank you for all the subscribers and all the likes and all the comments. I love hearing your feedback. I love hearing that you guys passed the test. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do, because I do appreciate it. So please like and subscribe and follow along for the journey, because I plan on keeping it super honest about what it's going to be like to be a real estate agent in New York. And I'm also going to be linking the prep agent link down below if you're interested, because that was one of the biggest resources to passing my test the first time. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing that you are going to do when you start looking for a brokerage is check their websites, start looking at the for sale signs in your neighborhood, just start getting an idea where you might want to go, and definitely check their website and check their social medias, because you want to try to gather as much information about them as possible before you even call. It saves you time and it saves them time. But once you've gathered 3 or 4 places that you're interested in joining, just pick up the phone and call them. You're probably going to be talking to the receptionist. Just leave your name, leave your number, and just say, hi, I just passed my real estate test and I'm looking to join a brokerage. I want to talk. And they will most likely be very excited to talk to you. So I've called 3 places so far, and I have had a different experience with all 3 of them. But basically, you're going to call up, they're going to set an interview date with you probably right away. They're going to ask you to come in. They're going to ask you some questions, which we're going to go over. But what I want you to understand about a real estate interview is it's not like a regular interview, because they're not going to be paying you a weekly check. You're not an employee. The only way you're going to get paid is if you go out, sell a house, and they're going to get a cut, and you're going to get a cut. That's how it works. They basically want you, and they're trying to convince you to join them. Like, you're almost interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you, to be honest. Some places may not even ask you any questions, but it is good to prepare the questions that they could ask you just in case. You don't want to go in there and look unprepared. So some questions that they could ask you are, what made you want to join real estate? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What is going to make you stand out from everyone else? How are you going to generate leads or promote yourself? And this is a big one. Are you going to do this full time? Are you looking to do this full time? So I'm going to be honest, 2 out of the 3 real estate brokers that I've called already have basically told me, at least at first, in order to train me properly, they do really need me here full time, or if I need training, they're not really even looking for part time at this point. And this isn't also the first time I'm hearing this, because I do know a lot of teachers, they work 10 months out of the year. They'll get their real estate license, they will do the training or be full time over the summer, and then at that point, they've gotten a little bit of training under their belt and they start part time in real estate during the school year. So I'm not totally surprised that they're asking me to be full time. I mean, even in my real estate school, they definitely mentioned that they're going to try to do anything to try to get you to be full-time. And for me personally, the end goal is to do this full-time, because I really like the flexibility of real estate, and there is potential to make way more money in real estate than you ever could working a 9 to 5. So for me, I am trying to move into that direction, but it's just a hard decision at first. It really just ends up coming down to how much you're willing to put into it is what you're going to get out of it. How good and how willing you're going to be to network, to socialize, to get yourself out of your comfort zone, to go knock on doors, to put yourself on social media, to promote yourself. But with that being said, I now want to get into the more important stuff, which is the questions that you are going to be asking them. The biggest and most important thing that you're going to need as a new real estate agent is excellent training. Are they going to be giving you a mentor? How much experience does the mentor that you're getting have? Are they going to be putting you on a team? How are they going to support you? Who's going to be looking after you? How available is the broker to you if you're having a problem? How available is your mentor or your team going to be to you if you're having a problem? Because there's going to be so many things that you don't know at first. It's going to take a while to develop that skill set to really become good at this, really become good at promoting yourself, getting yourself out of your comfort zone, networking. I know that some brokerages do actually have classes that you can attend in person. Some of them have classes on the website I've heard of. So the training is definitely the most important thing when you're new. So you need to ask and need to care about the training. And you definitely want someone to at least come with you and start doing open houses with you, or you're probably going to be following someone, you're going to be shadowing someone at first. Like, ask all of that because you need to know that. The next thing that we're going to get into is everyone's favorite thing, the commission. What is their commission rate? They honestly should be mentioning it to you, but I've already been on an interview where they did not mention it once the entire time. I had to ask. I don't know if that's professional or not to ask, but they literally didn't mention it, and they were kind of just asking me, oh, so do you want to get started with us today? Do you want to put in everything and we could start having you work tomorrow? Well, I need to know my split first before I say yes, right? They didn't even mention the split. And I figured out pretty quick why they did not mention the split. They did not mention the split because it was pretty bad, okay? I'm not going to say what brokerage it is. I haven't completely ruled them out because the reason that they were emphasizing their training so much, they literally spent over an hour talking about how fantastic their training is, and I believe them, okay? They've convinced me. Like, I bet they have amazing, amazing training, better than other places. But that's what happens. Most of the time, the better the split is, the less the brokerage is gonna offer you. And they're gonna just expect you to know things. They're not gonna provide a lot of training. They're gonna definitely expect you to just get your own leads, not need too much help. But then in turn, the more that they are offering you, most likely the less of a split you're gonna get. And I'm not saying that that's the worst thing. I mean, what I'm looking for as a new agent is kind of a happy medium. This is what you have to consider. If you go to a brokerage that's going to give you a much higher split at first, but you're not really going to learn the essential skills that it really takes to become a top real estate agent, it may very well sometimes be worth it to take the L for the first year and maybe accept a lower split and just get a lot of experience under your belt, really know how real estate works. And by the end of the year, you know, you're supposed to renew the contract with the broker every single year. By the end of the year, your split has to be going up. And if you still don't like what the split is and you feel like you've gained a lot more experience now and you know what you're doing, you're allowed to leave. I mean, you can go somewhere where now you know what you're doing and they offer a higher split right away. So as a new agent, it is just important to make sure that you ask about the training. They should be mentioning their split. And again, there's pros and cons to having a higher and lower split. They should be mentioning any maintenance fees or agency fees, franchise fees, whatever you want to call it. And you do actually want to ask, what else do they offer? Because some brokers, they offer advertising discounts. They pay for MLS fees. They pay for for sale signs that you put in front of the house. You know, somebody has to pay for those. They're not free. Some of them have text campaigns. You should be asking them, what else do you guys offer besides the commission and besides the training? Because again, if they're giving you a higher commission, they're probably more going to be on your own. But if they're giving you a little less of a commission, they're probably going to be offering you more stuff. You know, the maintenance fee that they take from you does go somewhere and does do something for you to help you generate more leads. So it really just depends on the brokerage, and you just have to walk in there and see how you feel about them, see what kind of vibe you get from them. And you know what? If they hype up their training and they're giving you a little less of a split and the training is not all cracked up like they said it was going to be, you can leave. You're allowed to go somewhere else if you're not happy. I would just definitely recommend as a new agent, obviously, you know, you're going to be working really hard eventually when you're on your own. So you should try to get as high as a split if possible. But at first, I don't think it hurts to maybe accept a little bit less of a split in turn for really, really good training, because you're going to need the essentials and the skill set to become a fantastic real estate agent. It totally comes down to you, what your skills are currently and how much you're willing to invest to eventually make the big bucks. So honestly, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. And like I said, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys on this real estate channel. So follow along for the journey. Any knowledge that I learned, I'm going to be sharing with you. So thank you so much. Like and subscribe. If you want to follow along the journey with me, follow my Instagram that I'm going to link down below. But thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time.